Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2009 Subaru Legacy. We're going to be replacing the transmission fluid and filter. Let's get started. All right, we'll jack the vehicle up so we can crawl underneath. We'll start with our 17mm drain plug. Put our catch pan underneath. All right, we'll just let that drain. Should be roughly 4 quarts or so. All right, that's pretty good. We'll install our drain plug. We'll snug that down. We got our catch pan out of the way. Now we can start removing our pan bolts. They're 10mm around the perimeter. So now comes the hard part. We want to separate the transmission pan from the transmission. Now Subaru uses a pretty sticky RTV, so it might take a little persuasion. I'm going to use a little flat screwdriver, get in between the pan and the transmission. See if I got a little room here. Give it a tap with a hammer. Now I do have 2 bolts still in with just a couple of threads, so it's mostly out and then threaded back in just a couple so the pan doesn't drop on me. I have one on this side and then one on the opposite side. Now I'll just slide the screwdriver down the side. Just slowly wedging it open. I'm gonna get my catch pan ready. I might actually move you just a little. Hopefully you can still see. I'll take one of the bolts out. There we go. Take the other bolt out. Perfect. Now I'll lower this all the way. There still will be some fluid in the pan. Just careful how you tip it. There, nice. All right, we'll take the pan out so we can clean it. Our transmission filter is held on with 3 bolts, 10mm. Now I'll just pull it down. We want to make sure that our old filter O-ring came out, and then we'll lube up our new O-ring just with some of this transmission fluid dripping around. Slide it in. We'll snug these down. While we're down here, we're going to take a razor and clean off as much RTV as possible. All right, this looks pretty good down here. Now let's prep the pan. On the pan, we'll do our best to scrape off as much gasket as possible, just with a razor blade or whatever you got to scrape. Then we'll remove our magnet right there. We'll just clean off our magnet really nice. All right, we'll set this aside. We want to clean out the inside of the pan the best we can, get all this RTV out. We'll spray it with some brake clean and just make it look really good. All this old fluid, soak that up, get it out. Want to make sure that there's no debris left in the bottom of this pan. Let me get some brake clean. Get any oil off, especially around the rim where our new RTV is going to go. Want that nice and clean, oil-free. Yeah, it's looking really good. There's a little debris in it. I'll blow it out with my air gun. We got it all blown out. Practically looks brand new. We'll put our magnet back in, just over that little bump. Before we do our RTV, we're going to do one more spray just around the perimeter so we get a nice adhesion. We'll try not to touch it again with our hands. There we go. Let's throw our bead on. When you're laying your bead of RTV, it doesn't have to be too thick. Just a nice light 1/16 to an 1/8 inch all around, and we'll also circle our bolt holes. We'll just start here, go around, do a little circle. Just keep doing that all the way around. All right, and what I put is even a little on the thick side. You can even go a little less. I'm just straightening this one out. I got a little too far out. All right, back under. Let's put our pan on. And I'm gonna wipe right here one more time. There's just a little bit of oil that got back on the body of it. There we go. We'll take the pan, very carefully line it up. There we go. Get a couple bolts started. There, nice. Get the catch pan out of the way. I'll just start putting the rest in. These snug down. All right, we're done down here. Let's go fill it up. Behind the engine on the driver's side is our dipstick.
We'll pull that out just like that, and that's where we'll fill it up from. We're gonna put in a long funnel, and it'll go in the tube like that, and we'll fill in from up here. We're gonna fill it up with genuine Subaru transmission fluid. I'm gonna start with 4 quarts. All right, our initial 4 quarts are in. Pull this out. On our dipstick, we have 2 marks. We have a cold and a hot. So initially, we'll start the vehicle up and check to make sure that we're in our cold range, or somewhere close to it. If we are, then we'll take it for a good test drive, warm up the transmission, and then make sure we're in our hot range. If we do need to top off any more transmission fluid, we'll do it half a quart at a time until we're right within our range. And that's it. All right, there you go. That's how you're gonna place your transmission fluid and filter on your Subaru. All in all, not too bad. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. See you on the next one.